look at schools that have very high attainment in reading and children absolutely adore their reading, we find that reading for pleasure is central to the work that they do. And in order to develop a culture in which children absolutely love their reading, which we call reading for pleasure, one of the key pointers is going to be having great books that children actually want to read. We're talking here about individual readers, not so much about books that you would share necessarily with the whole class. You'll find those in the page turners and the reading spines. Some of these you would share with the whole class if you wish to, but these three genre packs, adventure, fantasy and comedy, are going to provide you with a really good basis for independent reading. I surveyed a lot of children across the country asking, what do you really enjoy reading? And from our survey, and indeed other surveys that Scholastic and other companies have done, we always find the same thing. Children love comedy. Now, it may not be necessarily to your taste, but Diary of a Wimpy Kid is the sort of thing, if I was 8 years old, I would have rattled through every single book. We're not going to study that in class, but we are going to have that on the shelf so that children can acquire the habit of reading. Comedy is going to be central to the work that we do and the books that we provide with the children. And of course, a cracking good read, adventure stories. I began reading really through Enid Blyton, and there are so many other really exciting stories to keep children on the edge of their seat. What we want them doing is reading, reading, reading. So we need series of books, we need books that really engage children, and of course fantasy. Very often in surveys, children say that they like books where you can use your imagination. And this is the whole realm of fantasy. I mean, obviously every time you read, you use your imagination. But fantasy, we have such a rich variety of books now on offer from children, all the way from Cressida Cowell's books about dragons and more recent ones like The Clockwork Crow. So providing a good range so children can begin to develop a taste, a sense of what they like in their reading. And the other books that we have here are for Key Stage 1 and early years, and this is a strong spine in terms of fairy tales, the traditions that all children should know. So we have fairy tales for early years in Key Stage 1, moving into adventure, fantasy and comedy to grow a culture of independent reading where children can read, 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 and you can grow a culture and a climate of reading for pleasure.